me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. New look, got the ladies shook. New watch saying it's my time. These magazines wanna feature me, cause they know I'm on the rise. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. Cause ever since I flipped that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. A man with a vision. Got a passion, making it happen. Ready for action. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now.
A titan when I bang my chest. I breathe fire with every breath. It's a marathon, so I never rest. No, you wanna fill my shoes, you know you're gonna lose. I make moves like I'm playing chess. Always AP when I need success. Great AD and A, you could say I'm blessed. So I'm coming up now. I'm ready for the big time. I'm headed for the finish line. On top, 'cause the world is mine. I'm ready for the show. You're gonna see me glowing in the spotlight. I'm ready for the big time. Front page got the breaking news. And up the road with the royal crew. I'm taking off, drinking rocket fuel. So somebody hit the lights. I'm gonna drop the mic. A big time, take a center stage. I make the crowd go wild, encore again. Street sign with my name tattooed in my face. I'm coming up now. I'm ready for the big time. I'm headed for the finish line. On top, 'cause the world is mine. I'm ready for the show. You're gonna see me glowing in the spotlight. I'm ready for the big
You don't just watch this kind of racing, you feel it. You feel it in your chest when the green flag drops, in the dirt hanging in the air. And when you can't be there in person, when the night's long and the engines fire somewhere miles away, that's where we come in. From the front stretch to your front porch, from the stands to your living room, the best racing you'll ever see lives right here. This ain't just a stream, it's the edge of your seat.
You're looking live at the virtual New Smyrna Speedway located in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Round number for the Twin 50s here. As part of our super late model. Super late model Twin 50. Sorry folks, I'm a little nervous. My name is Cody Lewis. I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Emmett. Mr. Emmett, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Cody, and you're doing a great job, dude. But what a track to kick off this Crown Jewel Series. New Smyrna and New Smyrna Beach. It's a lot of action, and I'm looking forward to see what these super late models can do here for sure.
Yeah, the New Smyrna Speedway. I have a little bit of history here. My father used to race strictly stocks back in the early 2000s, so a lot of experience around here, going here weekly. But that was about 20 years ago. And definitely not converted virtually on the iRacing platform, so it'll be good to see how these guys take it on in such a powerful super late model, whether it's on the confines of dirt or whether it's on here in asphalt. These guys should be ripping.
Yeah, definitely. And Cody, I don't know if you saw, but in practice, there's a lot of slipping and sliding, so expect that tonight. It's going to be interesting as we see Parker Trace taking his qualifying laps, but it's going to be interesting coming out turn 4, how these guys are able to adjust and keep their tires in check for this whole race.
Yeah, just because it's asphalt doesn't mean it's easy to get the stick and dig, especially on those Hoosier tires coming out of the corner. You definitely got to make sure the throttle's right where you want to be, or you're going to go around. I actually found that out this weekend, getting my own experience in the piloting a race car as Patrick Allen here, currently sitting in the 12th position, about 3/10 second off the pole. Let's see where he goes here out of turn number 3 and into 4 this time by. Checker flag going to fly on that qualifying lap. He sits with a 17.585, 17.585, moves him up to 8th position.
Yeah, now we see Bo Brady, not Bro, but Bo Brady coming out and warming up those tires, trying to put down a fast lap. You see right here, he'll set the car up, get up right next to the wall, trying to rip the fence a little bit, coming from the dirt track world, you know what I'm talking about, and just trying to find some grip to get that fast time to get that pole.
That's right. Definitely, sorry, still blanking a little bit. Still, I can't believe I'm here on Live Sim Racing TV. I do my own stuff, but I'm super excited to be in the booth with you, Emmett, as that lap goes in 18.137, 18.137, a little bit off the pole right now, which is Dustin Mobercat, I believe, with a 17.374 is the current mark to beat, as Carson Barrett going to try to ride the Dente. Here comes the 52 as well of Peyton Howell.
Yeah, Peyton Howell coming out here, just warming up his tires once again, gets out on the track. Once again, it seems like, Cody, early on, the high line is the preferred line as he's rim riding out there. Got a little slow. I think he's going to try to redo that lap.
Yeah, going to have to try to reset. Good thing is your time won't trip and it won't affect your lap. It might have, I don't know. I won't believe it will affect his lap, as Cameron Ruggles out there on the racetrack. He's going to try to hook the bottom there in that beautiful pink number 2 machine coming off of turn number 4 this time by. Gets a little slideways, like you were saying, out of the corner, sitting with a 17.416. So not good enough for the pole just yet, but the 2 of Cameron Ruggles sitting in the top 3 as Peyton Howell's back out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, Peyton Howell coming down the backstretch, going to set it up way. Actually, he's going to drive down to the inside, try to find some groove. And let's see what this lap, first lap on the board is going to be a 17.34. That's going to set him on the pole for the moment. It'll be interesting to see if he can regroup and get it faster on that second lap.
And if anyone knows the dirt track world, you know good old Johnny Gibson with the quick time. So right now, Peyton Howe with a 17.340. That's good for about 7 thousandths of a second right now. As here comes Mason Foster. Gonna try to rip the outside here. Running that middle to the bottom groove, not hugging the yellow line. Coming at a 2 this time. Oh, a little bit slideways. And he'll shut her down, but that's going to affect his first lap. First lap of waste for that driver is Kyle Dumas also having some miscues. So Foster and Dumas going to have to settle on the second lap.
Yeah, Foster and Dumas just going to reset, and now Foster's going to reset once again. Now we see Kyle Dumas. You know, I got to see Kyle Dumas call a lot of his races and got to see him run. He was really good with the SKs. Oh, man, backs it into the fence.
And the good old SK asphalt modifieds. I have a lot of time on those cars. Really love those cars. Those are really fun to watch. As here comes the 052. That's Bradley Bryant, old BB, down the backstretch, trying to fire it as it was out of a cannon, this time off of turns number 3 and 4. He's really going to hug that yellow line coming out of 4. And he will sit with a 17.469. So it seems like the track is getting faster as qualifying is progressing.
Yeah, just a little tidbit on Brantley Bryant. Got to watch him run the late models in the Leadfoot Racing League, and that boy can drive, and he's definitely a fast competitor. Definitely be looking for him tonight for sure.
Well, here comes Kyle Dumas finally getting that first lap in with a 24.388. He had a little bit of a worse for wear there on the first lap. The second lap currently looking good. He's going to hug the bottom of the yellow line. Not going to be, oh, nope, slips up out of the groove, and it's going to cost him once again. So a lot of work here for the 150 Dumas.
Yeah, Kyle Dumas, like I said before, I think he drives, if I remember right, he drives a 4-banger in real life. So it's a little bit different, though, Cody, you know, coming from the real life feeling of the car to getting into the sim world. And I talked to several drivers that are in the Arkham Menard series, and they said the same thing. One of them being Alex Clubb. He wouldn't run iRacing because he said he can't feel the way the car handles the way his real race car does on Saturdays.
I definitely know how you feel. I actually got to drive a 4-banger this weekend over in the DFW area at the Kennedale Speedway Park, and it was definitely a much different experience. You know, in those 4-bangers, you're driving off the front tires, so the wheel doesn't like to slide in your hands like it does on the iRacing platform. That was really the only thing I was comparing it to, 2 different race cars as Steel Langford down the back stretch here. But new Smyrna Speedway, it's very tight, kind of bull ring track, going to be close quarters racing. And when it goes one lane, you're going to have to rely on that bump and run. We know how crazy the contact can get on iRacing.
Yeah, it can get crazy, especially when you throw in the old net code in there. I mean, it's all about the thing about iRacing, you know, the bump and run will work, but sometimes you can find yourself on the losing end of that as well, Cody.
Yeah, that's right. Not only will the bump and run work, but you got to make sure you line up the car just right before, or it could really upset some things and ruin your night here in a hurry. Well, we got about $1:35 to go until we get into one of our twin 50s tonight. 2 twin 50-lap races. I believe we're going to run one, invert the second one, and then run another one. So a couple of twin 50s, same field throughout the night, and I bet you these guys are jumping up and down because it's been 4 years since the Crown Jewel Series has hit the virtual iRacing platform, and man, we are excited to be back with it.
Yeah, definitely excited. What an honor to get to call this first season opener for this Crown Jewel Series, and I'm honored to work with you as well, Cody. Can't wait for to see what beholds in this season for sure.
Man, it's going to be a great time up in the booth. A lot of good two-man booths, of course, you know, like Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip, of course, or if you're a wrestling fan, you know, anyone, Jerry the King Lawler, and Jim Ross, per se.
Oklahoma boy.
Heck yeah. Well, taking a look here, it looks like Peyton Howell going to top the speed charts out of qualifying. He sits with a 17.340. Dustin, can I get one more correct pronunciation on Dustin's name before I absolutely butcher it the rest of the race? Momberket. Dustin Momberket sitting second with a 17.347. Parker Travs with a 17.395. So the top three there in the 17.3 category, so it should be some good racing, as it looks like we have trickled on over into, I believe, the LCQ. We are gridding. So just getting word from the tower, 20 have locked in. So we are going to tonight's LCQ, which is 21st on back. Take a look at the grid. On the pole, it's going to be the 91 of Brandon Pearl. To the outside, the 94 of Ryman Castle.
Yeah, row 2, you're going to find Mason Foster in the 96. Line up on the outside, it's going to be Julian Valdez in the 21 machine.
Cam Powell finds his way into row 3 to the outside, starts in the 6th position. That's going to be Dylan Calkins.
Row 4, where you're going to find the 69 of Bo Brady. Line up next to Patrick DeBars. I'm going to butcher this name. DeBoneski in the 23 machine on the outside.
Hey, good luck, Patty D. Kyle Dumas going to draw the inside, row number 5. John G to the outside in the 92.
Row 6 is where you're going to find Brandon Eastep. Line up next to Tim Dayton in the 84 on the outside.
Row number 7 looks like this, the 68 of Lucas Austin and the 18 of Cameron Gobble.
Yeah, row number, oh, that's going to do it. Never mind.
That's going to be it. Row number, that's it. That is one of my favorite rows. I believe we'll get from the word on how many laps we're going. 20 laps and seeing how many advance. Looks like I believe everybody will advance to the feature. Usually these LCQs in the dirt world, they're called B mains, and you do not want to be in a B main on iRacing, let me tell you.
No, you don't. And you don't want to be in the C main or the D main or, any of those for sure. But
you want to lock into that A main as soon as you can.
You want to be in that dash.
Looks like the lights are out on the virtual iRacing pace truck. We're going to go 20 laps here at New Smyrna Speedway. Green flag, we're underway.
Right.
Turns in 1 and 2, they go this time, 2 by 2. Running, trying to ride the pine. There's the 94 to the outside. They go down the back trip for the first time. Give the lead to Castle off in turn number 3. He'll close them off. Castle will lead lap number 1.
Yeah, Castle's going to jump out to the lead, but it looked like Bo Brady had a little trouble. I thought he almost spun her out right there, but I guess he was able to keep it under control. No caution, so Castle started to pull away just a little bit, though, from Pearl.
Looking like the second row starting to wage war. That's the 21 of Foster, and I believe the 96. Sorry, folks, having a little trouble with my timing and scoring on my other monitor. It's juggling it out a bit, but we'll get the names as soon as we can. We're going to learn them. It's a long season, so we have a long time to learn the names, but they're still throwing haymakers. There's the 91 of your pole sitter. He's worse for wear. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 hell cell spots at turn number 4.
Yeah, you see it right there. I mean, they're all battling for second. Oh, we get a car a little loose, but I did find out, Cody, it looks like the top 4 are going to advance to the feature.
The top 4 tonight looks like this might be, yep, this is a battle for that transfer spot. Sitting in it is the 191. He's in. The 26 right now sitting out. As we're still trying to wait on live timing and scoring to catch up. As we got one. Our first caution is out there between the 23 and the 58. We'll take a look here at the replay. 23 all by himself.
Oh, Bo Brady, hard contact.
The 58. A victim, I guess, of circumstance as the 23 goes around, gets tagged by the 69. So first caution of the night involves the 23, the 69, and the 58.
Yeah, so right here, Cody, it's going to be interesting as we see Castle. He's going to pick that outside line, so that's going to put Pearl back on the inside line. It'll be interesting to see if Pearl's able to beat Castle through the whole shot when they come back to the restart.
And Castle was really rolling there on the outside, like you said. Like you were saying in qualifying, the outside was really picking up the speed. That's where they really could get the drive off the corner. So interesting to see if Castle will jump off there, get off a good start and stay to the outside, or if Foster's got something for him on that inside lane.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see. And then don't count out the 21 of, let's see. Sorry, I couldn't see who the 21 was, but that's going to be Valdez in third. Don't count him out. Or Calkins in fourth. And it's going to be interesting to see if Calkins can hold on to that transfer spot, Cody.
Yeah, Powell was really pounding the back bumper there. And not to forget the pole sitter there in the 91. It looks like the 150, Kyle Dumas, is a lap down, so that will end his night, unfortunately. Throw the keys, check into the Heartbreak Hotel. Looks like we're 2x2 stacked up off into turn number 2 this time. We'll come to 3 and 4. Get the green flag once more here for the Crown Jewel Series on the Lone Star on the live sim racing platform. Green flag. We're back underway.
Yeah, I don't know
Castle
what.
Just like out of a cannon. Launch there. They're 2x2 for third. There's the 191. He's going to slip out. He's got the 21 of Valdez all over him. Here comes Powell. He's going to make his move back to the inside. We got cars everywhere for positions as they're jockeying up. Oh, 91 goes around into the outside wall. And just like that, Calkins' afternoon goes from bad to worse, as he might have just costed himself a spot in the Twin 50s.
Yeah, definitely. And I was going to say, it looked like Foster did not get either spun the tires or something, and that allowed Castle to get away from him. And now Valdez, just like I was saying, Cody, look out for Valdez, and he's going to sneak into that number 2 spot. Man, this is some good racing right here.
Some really good racing down off the corners. We have one parked up against the inside egress, but no caution. Looks like he's safely out of the way. That was the 50. I believe that might have been the 58 or the 23 there. Dumas sitting on pit road as the battle for second continues to heat up. Here comes the 96 of Foster to the inside of the 21 of Valdez. Valdez going to hold him off on the outside this time by 8 more laps to go. We're just past the halfway point. Here comes Foster. He's going to make his move. They'll make a little bit of contact again. He drives away from Valdez, trying to have some getting away from the cop speed.
Yeah, Foster's able to just take it away from Valdez now. Valdez better watch out because the 4th place driver of, let's see. Sorry, I don't have my live timing pulled up.
And it looks like the caution does come out before we can get back into the battle. Ooh, the 91. That is the pole sitter of Pearl. Or was he? I guess that's not the pole sitter of Pearl. Pearl sitting back. Oh, yeah, that is the replay. Oh, Pearl gets a little bit of help going around. And you can imagine he's not too happy about that one. Got to see if actually this car probably too damaged to have some sort of retaliation. It's a tough break for Pearl. He was the man who qualified on the pole. Had a really bad start, and things just went from, well, not to repeat, bad to worse.
Yeah, it definitely went bad to worse, and tough break once again for Pearl. You know, set on the pole and now finds himself out of this race.
So 4 laps to go. Looks like caution laps are counting. We may have a 2-3 lap shootout when we come by. Yep, so there's the ticker, 3 to go. So it looks like we will have a 2-lap shootout. Castle going to choose that outside again. And it seems like no one's got anything for Castle unless you upset him here on the start. If you're Foster right now, Emmett, what are you thinking?
I think you're just sitting in the weeds, just seeing if these two are going to get together. If you do, you just scoot on by and steal this Still this LCQ win from them.
So we look to have about 10 or 11 cars left on the racetrack. We're going to have a green-white checkered coming up right here. Green flag going back underway. They are 3 wide. All those cars are into the transfer spot. Boys, play nice. A little bit of contact as Powell trying to go 2 for 1 to the corner. He's a little loose. Here comes the 69. Watch the battle for the transfer spot here. Powell in. I believe that's Perry on the outside. That's the 69 of Brady.
Yeah, Bo Brady, you know, he got a little contact early on, but he stormed back in here and now finds himself trying to get into that final transfer spot over Powell.
Half a lap to go. Brady might have shown his cards too early. Coming off of 4. Castle going to win the LCQ. Second goes to Foster. Third goes to Valdez. And Powell in the 26 will race his way in.
Yeah, what a way to kick off this Crown Jewel Series. An unbelievable LCQ. Great racing. And it's got to be amped up for the rest, Cody. We got a lot of races left here.
I gotta say, like our call, a bunch of nerves there at the beginning, but I think we got everything in good order, and we're gonna get this series kicked off once we get everything. Twin 50 laps coming up right after this, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the live Sim Racing TV Twin 50s. So welcome back to the virtual new Smyrna Speedway as we get ready for race number 1 of our Twin 50s. On the pole will be the 52 of Peyton Howe, to the outside the 16 of Dustin Mavriquette.
Yeah, row 2 is where we're going to find the 60 of Parker Traves lined up next to Cameron Ruggles in the 2 machine on the outside.
Row number 3 is going to be Andy Trupiano, and the outside the 77 riding the Dente. That's Carson Barrett.
Yeah, row 4 we're going to find Bradley Wilson in the 51 lined up next to Brantley Bryant in the 052.
Row number 5 will have Wally Wilson starting 9th to the outside, Tyler Leclerc in the 233.
Yeah, row 6, we're going to find Gillum Fortin in the 13, lined up next to Steele Langford in the 33 on the outside.
Starting in the 13th position with the 088, that's Kyle Johnson. To the outside, the 55 of Chase Swank.
Row number 8 is where we're going to find Rocky Boyd the 3rd in the 16, lined up next to Patrick Allen in the 99 on the outside.
Row number 9 will be Riley Mobley in the 05 to the outside of Jimmy Gawker in the 02.
At row 10s, we're going to find Bryce Beatty lined up next to Dylan Hale in the 80 on the outside.
Nice class photo there from Bryce Beatty. Ryman Castle in the 94. To the outside is Mason Foster in the 96.
Row number 12 is where we're going to find Julian Valdez lined up next to Cam Powell in the 26 on the outside.
And tag in the back all by his lonesome, the number 69. Save big money at Bernard's, it's Bo Brady. So it looks like lights are out. Everyone's circling around of what's to come. 50 laps here. And we got some heavy hitters at the field. American, oh Canada, American. 2 separate countries represented in the series so far. As we get ready to go. Pace trucks off, 50 laps coming up. It's feature time for the Crown Jewel Series.
Yeah, look at Peyton Howe on the inside, just able to get away from the 16 of Merca Badet just for a moment. But he's going to storm back to the outside, Cody, and try to take away this race lead.
Here comes Mavriquette. He's in enemy territory right now, trying to invade. He's got the lead here on lap number 1 as the caution can come out real quick here in our first set of 50 lappers. Looks like, oh, we got the Mopar car. There's Valdez. He raced his way in through the LCQ. Watching here on LSRTV replay, trying to get around Castle. Castle has a rocket of a car tonight. And it looks like maybe the 05. No, definitely the 05 goes around in front of him. And everybody stacks up. So Valdez, the victim of circumstance. How about Foster? Had a strong showing, and now he's got a broken right front to show for it.
Yeah, tough break, but I gotta say, that 05, I hate to see that happen to such a good-looking paint scheme with the throwback to the 2004 Mopar paint scheme from Casey Kane. That was his rookie year. Can you believe that, Cody?
Rookie years, man. Yeah, that was honestly like 4 years before my rookie year of life. I was 3 years old, Casey Kane, driving around the Mopar colors.
I'm not going to say my age, because then you'll know.
No. Age, beauty before age. Let's just leave it at that. So lead going to go back to the 52 of Howell. I believe Howell might have led the first lap over Mavriquette, but Mavriquette has himself a ride there in the 16.
Yeah, that 16 car, early on, Cody, you know, we've only ran a couple laps, but you could see that it was really getting up there and battling for the lead with Hal. Hal's going to have his hands full for sure with that 16 as the night goes on.
You know, definitely the one thing I love about the iRacing community, you get to see so many different perspectives of drivers and different skill sets, and even on the rap side, if we look at that 52, I think I eyed some like Rick and Morty looking type characters on that 52 car. But definitely a lot of creative, a good looking rap there on the 52 car. A lot of good rap guys here on the iRacing platform. This looks like looking like caution laps are not going to count. So we have to tick them off under the green flag, boys. So we'll have to remember that as we go.
think that's Santa as a clown.
Yeah, there's a clown. It's like it's got Pennywise there on the nose.
It is
Trying to
Pennywise. Santa. What the heck?
Trying to scare his enemies as the green flag's back out. Good launch from Hal. Mauberket can get back in the line. Trav's going to settle for third. They're 2x2 for fourth behind him there. With the number 2 of Cameron Ruggles going to lose that spot to the 77 of Carson Barrett.
Yeah, Carson Barrett started to get under fire from Ruggles as Ruggles is trying to find a way, but meanwhile the battle of the two Canadians is really heating up between Traves and Mauberket, and you see it right there, and that's allowed Peyton Howe just to scoot away just a little bit, Cody.
Let me tell you, Canada's a big country, and if you've seen the show Letterkenny, you know there's a lot of Providences in Canada, and they do not like each other. So hopefully those two guys are from the same Providence. As we're 3 wide here off the corner, here comes another 69 sticking his nose into it. He gets into the 52 of Bryant, washes up into the 33, but the 69 going to lose a position there to the 33. That's Steele Lankford, coolest name in the field, as one goes around to 13 in the inside wall.
Yeah, and also Brantley Bryant as well, Cody. As you see right here on the replay, these two were pinging off each other like a pinball in a pinball machine, bouncing off a bumper, and right here, just gonna get a little tappy tap tap, and just goes around, and then Lankford just catches the blunt end after just little contact with Brantley Bryant that sent him around.
BB becomes the pinball. That's another Canadian in the field, Mr. Gilliam Fortin, getting the worst of luck there. You know, there was some song about some deaf, dumb, and blind kid. You know, he sure could play. He sure could play some pinball. I don't know if you know that song.
Is that the Pinball Wizard?
That might be the Pinball Wizard. Yes.
But you were talking about Letterkenny. You know, these two Canadians are definitely, playing pitter patter and definitely skedaddering all over the track.
Well, you got to tell your buddy, hey, pitter patter, let's get at her, because Hal is pulling away right now from these two. The 52 took the lead in qualified up front by just 7 1/1000ths of a second, but right now I believe he's almost pulled to about a half a second advantage over these guys. So he's got something figured out in that 52 machine.
Yeah, definitely got something figured out. We saw it earlier in qualifying. Of course, he was the pole sitter. As it looks like he's going to choose the inside line, so trying to get that momentum. And that was his preferred line, Cody, in qualifying.
I think he might be pitting.
Wow.
Is 52 Hal? No, track's just so short, it looks like it's pitting.
I think he was just trying to cool the tire, warm up the tires,
Yeah. Get down there in the cool concrete. Yeah. The dirt racing world, you got to get down there in the mud, cool off the tires. I guess you got to get on the cool concrete, cool off the tires. And, man, this place can't affect brakes. We saw in one of the accidents there in the LCQ, one of the guys, his brakes was lit up. 2 O-rings, almost like off the Saturn V rocket there. We're 2x2 heading off into turns number 3 and 4 this time. They're hugging that pace car. So Parker Travis, Peyton Howe, as the green flag is coming back out here for
Howe now under fire from Traves as Mauberket's going to slide to the number 3 spot. Now Carson Barrett, Cody, all over the back of his car.
Here comes the 71 of Andy Turpiano. There, took the pit spot on the restart. He's going to have the number 18 of Cameron Gobble all over him, as the 2 there of Cameron Ruggles, who qualified in the top 3, is slipping back to the field. He's currently back there in the 8th position, now battling for 9th as he's stuck on the outside.
Yeah, I think he got into Bradley Wilson just a little bit. Actually, Wilson got into him, excuse me, but I think that's what hurt Wilson, but he's storming back as that 69 car is all over the track, real loose early on.
Yeah, something might be going awry there on the 69. I believe that might be the 24. I believe that might be Wally Wilson. That is Wally Wilson there in the 69. Label 24 on the iRacing platform, 69 on the car. So Wally Wilson there in the blue 69. Bo Brady back there in the green 69 as LCQ winner. As the caution
my
comes
gosh.
back out. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was very, very surprising.
That little ARCA braking going on there, Cody. I didn't know we were at an ARCA race.
Yeah, we get another unfortunate burnout there from our friend in the Mopar car. It's going to be
Oh my gosh.
shuffling. That's the 05 of Riley Mobley.
Ooh.
Tough break there. So Mobley going to go down pit road. Looks like the 96 of Foster already on pit road. Might have called it for this first 50. I believe we'll get some stuff from the tower. I believe though that the field will invert going into the second 50 lapper. That is correct. So the 69 of the 96 of Foster may be broken and done for this one, but he will be looking at starting on the pole of the next one.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a backup car probably out, or, you know, they're going to have to get up on there with a baseball bat or something, get under there, get that car all ready to go, because, yeah, right now they're going to be set on the pole for the second 50.
Yeah, definitely something went awry there on the original start there for the 96. Broken something in the right front, maybe the spindle, upper A-arm, lower A-arm, something definitely damaged on the right front suspension. But right now, back up front, it's still all Peyton Howe right now in the Unrivaled Esports number 52. And take a look at the I rating here for Peyton Howe. I had to blink here for a second. 7,414 I rating.
Wow.
For that driver in the 52.
Yeah, and if he did that all late model, super late models, that's impressive.
The lowest I rating in the top 10 right now, Braden Easton with a 739. He's got 10, the guy in the lead has 10 times more than that guy. So he's got to be feeling pretty impressed sitting in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for sure. I have no words. That's an amazing accomplishment already.
As green flag comes back out here, we'll see if Travis has anything on the inside. No, he doesn't. He's going to stick up to the top, still being fast. Oh, here comes the 77. That's the 16 of Maberket getting way out of line. He's going to lose wholesale positions. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm running out of fingers to count on how many positions he's losing. Maberket back into the 10th spot. So from contending to the win to the tail end of the top 10.
Yeah, tough break for Maberket. Just got up there. Looked like he got a little contact or maybe in the marbles or something. Just hit the wall, but that caused that car to drop like a rock. And, I mean, he had such a good car early on, but, you know, this little bit of damage, Cody, seems like it's hurting him all over the track.
Meanwhile, back out, we have the 016 of Rocky Boyd was battling there with the 71 of Andy Turbo as Brady Brantley. Brady Bryant involved in another caution here. Looks like we had one into the outside wall. That was the 13 of Gilliam into the outside wall. And Bo Brady, BB on BB violence.
Yeah, tough break for Bo Brady. You know, he raced his way into this feature, and it looks like he's going to turn it into a modified. But, yeah, tough break for Brantley Bryant, too, for sure.
Sometimes you'll have a guy that struggles there in the fender cars. You know, he knocks those fenders off, gets him an open wheel car. You know, he does just fine. Maybe that's what Bo needs for the rest of this race. But 13 of Gilliam was also into the outside wall. Gilliam Fortin. Hugo Pocket Motorsports, number 13 OC entry. As right now, pit repairs, going to shuffle the field. But meanwhile, out front, and on that restart there, the 60 of Parker Trav's got the nose to the tail of the 52 of Howe, and it seemed to upset the car. I think we're getting to a point now where the tires on these cars are starting to go away. So now you're going to have to really navigate this racetrack almost like it's dry slick.
Yeah, definitely going to have to navigate this racetrack. But I got to tell you, Carson Barrett has moved all the way up to the number 3 spot. Well, we'll see if he's, when live timing gets all figured out. But for Barrett, I mean, he's right there just waiting to pounce. But Trey's, like you were saying, he got up to the back of Hal and got a little bit of contact on that bumper. So you got to be thinking Trey's is thinking that he's going to take, what is he going to do to be able to get out in front of Hal on this restart, Cody?
We're going to find out right now. Meanwhile, also shout out to the 21 of Julian Valdez sitting in that 11th position there in that number 21 car after starting all the way back in 23rd to 11th, up 12 positions as the green flag's back out. Ooh, did Travs jump?
Oh!
Back to the inside, here comes Rocky Boyd. They're 3 wide. Travs takes the lead for now, but will the start stick? A little bit of contact. Trapped into the outside wall. There goes Hal. Oh my goodness. Best cars of the race involved. The leader is setting backwards, and he probably doesn't even know what happened.
Yeah, and I was just going to add, Cody, it looked like on that restart, Traves, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he just looked like he spun the tires right there. That caused everybody just I think he either spun the tires or maybe not lost a gear or something, but it caused this big checkup, and you see what happened and what was the cause of all this chaos.
Someone dial up Mr. Morgan Bagley and Day Motorsports, because we're going to need some parts for these race cars. As Hal going to pull on a pit road, Foster back on a pit road. Looking like there's the 55 there as well. Trying to get the number. That's Chase Swank on the pit road. Travs also on the pit road. So looks like the person who's going to benefit there is Carson Barrett. And that'll move Rocky Boyd up to the second position. Rocky Boyd starting 15th today, working up that 016 into the second spot. And how about Wally Wilson there, able to sit third after the melee?
Yeah, big, I don't know if you'd say tough break for Peyton Howe, but what a big gap for Boyd to make up, to get up here. Big moment. That's what I was going to say. I couldn't think of the words, Cody, but big moment for Boyd to get up here. He's been working his way since, like you said, starting 15th, worked his way up to the top 5, and then was able to avoid all the chaos, him and Barrett both, and now they find themselves on the front row.
Now, in Hal's case, that's not just bad luck. That's taking the keys and throwing it on the desk to the Heartbreak Hotel for the 52. Definitely was probably the car that was going to win it. So now it's going to get interesting here at the front of the field. Carson Barrett, Ricky Boyd, Bradley Wilson, Wally Wilson, Tyler Clark, Andy Turpano, Cameron Gobble, and John G right down. Your top 7 to 8. Green flag comes back out. Good launch by Carson Barrett on the outside.
Yeah, Barrett got a great launch right there, but now look at Boyd. He's right there, but alongside he's got company from Bradley Wilson and Wally Wilson, as these two are side by side for the moment, but that's going to allow the top 2 to get away just a little bit as you see Boyd get up to the back bumper of Barrett, Cody.
51 Bradley Wilson trying to squeeze down the 69 of Wally Wilson, who's got the momentum. Here comes Turpano with him to the outside. He makes a little contact there with a 233. That's Tyler Leclerc. We got a couple into the outside walls. Another caution's in. And we might need to get some bad dog, no biscuits out here for these cautions. And oh, that's, again, Bo Braden.
Yeah, it looks like Bo Brady and maybe Cameron Ruggles also. Let's take a look and see what happens right here. Oh, Ruggles gets a little loose. That's the 88 that was on the apron, so I don't know what happened.
Maybe
hard contact to the... Is that the 88? Yeah, the 88.
I don't know if it's AI or if it's a computer, if it's a program sometimes that brings out these cautions, but sometimes it messes up, you know. Well, one person who didn't want to see that caution was the 77 Carson Barrett, because he had that thing out there like a rocket and was running away just a little bit. So it's 77 right now. Trying to ride the Dente. I know he doesn't have a chili sponsor on there, but those we all know that's the 77 numbers. Driven by Carson Hocevar in the NASCAR Cup Series, and we know what his sponsorship is with Chili's. And I have a personally good relationship with Chili's. You know, I love me some watermelon lemonade.
Yeah, Chili's is always good. You know, get the triple dipper, get the smokehouse. Yeah, oh man, you can't go wrong, Cody, without either the honey chipotle or just the regular OG chicken crispers also.
Well, we can get back to the chicken crispers and triple dippers after these 50 laps and another 50 laps as the pace car pulls off. Green flag going to come back out. Another good launch for Barrett there. And the 69 of Wilson behind him sleeping that allows the 16 of Boyd to slide up. And here comes the 51, the other Wilson of Bradley Wilson to the inside of Wally Wilson.
Yeah, it's the Wilson and Wilson show battling for third right now. But I got to tell you, Bradley Wilson looking good on the inside line. He'll get the advantage, Cody, but not for long. But meanwhile, look at that. Rocky Boyd going for the lead.
Rocky Boyd the third. Trying to be one of the candidates for biggest mover of the night or hard charger to the back of the 77 of Carson Barrett. Barrett took the lead off the melee there on the backstretch. In terms of the green, where they go this time. Here comes Boyd. He's going to try to dive down to the inside. Does they make a little contact coming out of the corner? Into 3 and 4 they go this time. They're both going to be in the outside wall. They were able to actually pull a little bit of Ross Chastain and pull away from the 51 of Bradley Wilson, who's looked away from Wally Wilson. Meanwhile, top two breaking away while still staying nose to tail.
Yeah, you see right there, Carson Barrett, all kinds of loose. I think Boyd got him arrow loose right there. There's a little pocket of air that comes along as the caution flag comes out once again.
Oh no, and it's for the 21 of Valdez. One guy who was going to be the hard charger, started in the 23rd position, racing there with second place starter Maberket, and things just go awry really quickly. Like we said, the bump and run could be something good, or it just could tap the right part of the car and send somebody around. Well,
and the thing is, Cody, it looked like he had saved it and was correcting it, but then the extra contact from Maberket is what sent him into the fence.
Yeah, unfortunately, these short tracks, that outside wall comes quick, fast, and in a hurry. But meanwhile, back in front, it interrupted a great race between Carson Barrett and Rocky Boyd III. So we're just about 4 laps away from the halfway point. 21 in the books. That's going to have about 39 to go no, that's going to be about 29 to go. I apologize. It's about 29 to go, and everyone's chasing the 77 of Carson Barrett right now. Looks like the outside still has some juice in it for the starts, but that's really about what anyone's using it for. All the racing staying down on the bottom side of the racetrack right now, Emmett.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, Cody. You know, I hate to be Rocky Boyd because it seems like the second place car has had trouble on these restarts, whether they've not shifted or they've spun the tires. It seems like that inside line is the one that stacks up everybody here lately.
Well, even worse is the guy outside the leader. The leader gets a good launch, and the guy on the outside just does not go.
Yeah, definitely just can't get it going. But I see they're stacking up a lot closer, and I got to tell you, still Langford sitting there right now in the 33 machine, and he may be in 7th, but he could pounce on these guys like we saw before.
29 laps in, another good start for Barrett. Out front, they're 2x2. This time Wilson giving a nice charge to the 16 of Boyd. Here comes the 233 to the outside. That's Leclerc to the outside of Wally Wilson. Wally Wilson in danger of losing that 4th spot there. 2x2 for fourth behind him. Wally Wilson gets a little loose again. Here comes Leclerc to the outside. Meanwhile, here comes Rocky Boyd. He's up front. He's to the inside. He's into the preferred lane down the back stretch. They're going to drag race. Barrett to the inside wall. Here's your new leader, Rocky Boyd, in the 3 and 4.
Yeah, it just powers it around, off the backstretch, got the run out of 3 and 4, was just able to rocket to the front. But now look at this. It looks like Barrett's having trouble as Bradley Wilson is trying to take away the second spot from him.
And just as things were getting good, the caution comes out yet again. Like it's for our friend in the 088, Mr. Kyle Johnson. Currently running in
Oh my
27th
gosh.
position. Oh, that is a wild ride, whether it's on iRacing or in real life.
Yeah, as my good buddy Mr. Wesley Outland would say, he definitely went for his pilot license right there.
Oh, definitely. So, remember how I was saying about iRating? We can also see, or the safety rating. iRating. We can also see the license of these guys. Right now, our leader, he's an A license with about a 270 safety rating. The lowest safety rating in the field right now is actually sitting in the top 10. That's Mr. Jean G. there in the number 92. He sits with a currently D license with a 371. So he's got a lot of guys with A licenses right behind them. So how about that? It's always good to see some, some of the younger, well, I wouldn't say like younger, but maybe more of the inexperienced talent according to license. Of course, a license or your rating doesn't really mean much, but it's really cool to see someone with that type of rating sitting up in the top 10.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. And, the thing about safety rating, I mean, you could have one bad race where you get a 12X or a 14X, and that could really send you on a downward spiral and jeopardize your chances of staying where you want to be and run the series that you want to.
This time it's Rocky Boyd. He goes way to the outside. He'll have a great launch. This time Wally Wilson is able to pull up to the outside of the 77. The Barrett started for the yawn off in the turns number 3 and 4. They're going to dogfight here for the second and fourth positions coming off the corner here in 3 and 4.
Yeah, coming off of 3 and 4, it's just going to be Carson Barrett going to able to rocket and clear Wally Wilson, and keep that number 2 spot. But, I mean, Rocky Boyd is scooting away, Cody.
Bradley Wilson back to the inside is another caution flag coming out. That one going to be for the number 55. That's Chase Swank. They're running 3 wide. I believe that was the 52. Well, Howe also involved in that one. Peyton Howe. Yeah. Valdez involved. Peyton Howe involved. Chase Swank involved. The number 94. Also involved. I believe that was Castle. But good news is we are in the downward side of laps here in this one. So we are 26 in. That's going to give us about 24 to go. So we are on the second half of this first race. And Rocky Boyd's got to be sitting good right now. He's up 14 positions. The 26 of Cam Powell started 24th on the field. He is also up 14 positions as he works his way into the top 10. Peyton Howe, who led a majority of this race right now, sitting up into 11th. Dustin Mauberquette, after his issues, sitting right now in the 15th position. As the last car looks like right now to be Bo Brady, he just re-enters the racetrack.
Yeah, Bo Brady.
Rocky.
He's going to try to run. You're good. He's going to try to run every lap, Cody.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean that's really all you can ask for here. That's why you pay for the membership. Let's see who's currently. The 25 car started the race, so Gilliam Fortin is off the racetrack. Parker Travs is off the racetrack. So it looks like those two will be the front row of feature number 2. As this time it's Rocky Boyd and Wally Wilson who was able to wrestle away the second spot. Let's see if Wally has some fight to the inside of that number 69 RKM setup shot machine.
Yeah, it's going to be USA versus Canada for the front row, Cody.
Here we go, boys. Green flag, we're back on our way. Great start by the 69 on Wally Wilson. Might be the first time the inside line. As I say that, he slides up and makes a little bit of contact down the backstretch.
Yeah, as they come into 3 right here. Bradley Wilson going to try to follow. Wally Wilson gets into it just a little bit. What a save by Wally Wilson, though.
And the biggest benefactor there is the 16 of Rocky Boyd. Here comes the 77 of Barrett back to the outside. The 233 of Leclerc with him as we have a melee at Walmart and Target parking lot in turn number 1.
Yeah, it looks like several cars involved. It's like the 80. Oh, man.
Dylan Hale, there's Powell right now, who is currently up 14 positions. The 52 of Howell also somehow getting connected into that as well. So short track racing, short track's gonna short track, as it breeds a lot of cautions here, even for 50 laps. As give these guys a little bit of time to get their bearings. It has been 4 years since this series has hit the racetrack. Take a look at the caution information brought to you by V811.com. So far, 10 total cautions, 2 caution laps each with 3 total lead changes. So there's been more cautions than there's been lead changes.
Yeah, definitely. And just like you were saying, cautions breed cautions. I want to take a look at it. I bet you we got a full moon now because these guys have been getting pretty wild. You know, it is the season opener, and there's a lot of money on the line in this Crown Jewel Series. So I'd be getting a little antsy, too, if I saw that purse, Cody, and trying to go get it.
You know, I just learned about that full moon thing this year, and yeah, it's absolutely true. It's crazy what a full moon night can do to a race car driver. It's almost like a werewolf. So we're going to watch the 77 of Barrett, see if he learned anything from the 69 of Wally Wilson. Rocky Boyd taking him all the way up to the top of the speedway here. Going to hit the restart zone. Green flag. We're back at their weight.
Yeah, but if you notice, Barrett just blinked out, did he?
That was Rocky Boyd with a big blink. Meanwhile, they're side by side for second. Here comes Leclerc. He's been biding his time, avoiding all that insignificant contact as he's actually going to slide up and lose the second spot. We're watching the 77 of Barrett. Meanwhile, Wally Wilson. Leclerc hits the top of the racetrack. Does he have a tire going down, or did he just miss his line? Looks like he's back up to snuff.
I think there was a little contact made, Cody, and it shot him out to the outside. That's what it looked like to me. But I was going to say on the restart, I'm noticing that Rocky Boyd is really dog walking on, to the line and then just getting away as the caution flag's going to wave again.
Yeah, that looks like it was the 26 Cam Powell. I think he was actually sitting sideways at one point on the racetrack. He's battling there in the top 10. Yep.
Oh, man.
There's Mauberket again. So.
Now that looked like a little net code to me, Cody.
It could, yeah, definitely could be net code. Obviously, it's not right to go blaming guys when something happens with a net code. So it could have been a net code there for the 16 of Mauberket. So I do apologize about that. It will not happen again. Dustin Mauberket just not having the race that he wanted to. He was leading the majority of practice and then gets out qualified in the second. And then just one incident costs him a bunch of spots, and that's where he's been sitting ever since.
Yeah, now it's going to be interesting having Carson Barrett behind Rocky Boyd right here. We're going to see if Boyd dog walks him again, but I got to tell you, sooner or later that could cost him as this race goes on with 20 laps to go.
Look, he's sitting in the third or fourth spot there. The fourth spot, that's Steele Langford there in the 33. He'll get his first start up there into the second row as the 51 of Brady Wilson slid back into fifth. He'll be in the third row there with the 18 of Cameron Gobble. Lights out on the pace truck. We got 20 laps to go. A regular Saturday night dirt track feature. Left to race here at New Smyrna. You're watching 50 number 1 of Twin 50s tonight. The green flag comes back out.
Oh, look at Steele Langford get into Bradley Wilson just a little bit.
So that's going to be a battle for fourth. Bradley Wilson now going to tuck back to the inside, give it back to Langford. Langford able to hold on. Here comes Turpino to the outside there in the 71. The 52, Peyton Howell had to race his way back up through this field, but he finds himself in the back half of the top 10 here, racing for the 7th position. So 2 by 2 there behind the 69 of Wilson.
Big wreck.
So watch it back here on the instant replay. That was Howell. And that car, still learning names. Azu, Mobberket involved in that one. And yeah, big wreck down the front stretch.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
Trying to get tabs on who that was. 2. It's not Cameron Ruggles. Cameron Ruggles is the official 2 car in the lobby.
I was gonna say, it's throwing me off with 233s on the track, you know?
Could that be Jimmy Gawker in the 02 right there? I believe that might have been Jimmy Gawker. Back up front, Rocky Boyd inherited the lead. Not inherited the lead. Rocky Boyd took the lead like Rocky himself and has refused to give it back, as here comes the 69 of Wally Wilson back to his inside yet again. Carson Barrett in third to the outside. Steele Langford sitting fourth. Andy Turpano there sitting in the 5th position.
Well, I gotta say, you know, Rocky Boyd and Wally Wilson are in a heavyweight fight like Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top and wins this first 50-lap feature.
You're definitely going to have to throw some haymakers to get to the front tonight as Rocky Boyd continues to blink a little bit. They're going to stack him up hard. Good restart again for the 69 of Wally Wilson. Squeezes up clear to the inside. He's to the quarter panel. This time Langford driving Bennett up the racetrack. He gets a little loose, but is able to capture it after losing 1, 2, maybe 3 wholesale positions there for the 77. There's Bradley Wilson down to the inside as he loses the momentum. Man, these guys are all over the place.
Yeah, they're all over the place, but I gotta say, as we take a look at Boyd and Brantley Bryant, Bo Brady, excuse me. Now we see Valdez. Let's see what happened right here. Oh, man.
Oh. Another bad crash that involved the 80 at Dylan Hale involved in that one. He was the one going into the outside wall, bouncing off the 21 of Valdez. But that car really hasn't seemed to... I mean, that car's taken a lot of hits on the 21 of Valdez, but hasn't been able to really... We haven't really been able to see the damage on that car, as it looks like we're just going to be clicking this thing off 2 laps at a time. So chalk another one up to Mr. Mo Bags and Dave Motorsports. Collect some parts on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I tell you, the salvage yard is going to make a pretty penny when this race is over.
Oh yeah, definitely going to need to put these hot rods back together when they go out there for the second 50 laps. As here comes the Dave Motorsports instant replay. Hey, if you're in the Texas area, Tyler, Texas, Dave Motorsports, get yourself some quality parts for your race car. Or there they do have a website, so you know, if you're anywhere else, Dave Motorsports, they're your people. But Wally Wilson has been able to squeeze up Rocky Boyd and stay with him. He's going to do the same thing here down the backstretch. So the 69, it's only a matter of time until he makes that right amount. He hits that right line and gets around the 16.
Well, the thing is also, I just want to add 2 things. Bo Brady is in the top 10 now, but you see it right there. Rocky Boyd did not, sandbag the rest of the field because Wally Wilson was right there. I got to ask you, Cody, that's got to be the hardest thing as a driver whether you're Wilson or Boyd, you know, not to make a mistake for Wilson, not to jump in front of Boyd and cost him this win, but for Boyd not to make a mistake and find himself dropping to the back.
It's definitely more costly to be the car that's not starting a race on the front row. It looks like the 77 of Barrett gets into the outside wall. He's going to be battling with the 52 of Hal, who led a majority of this race. But if you're Wally Wilson, you got to hit the start just perfectly. Either that, you're going to be caught lacking, as this time the 33 of Langford to the inside of the 69 of Wally Wilson. Langford back to the inside, got Wilson up into the outside groove. Brakes starting to glow here for these guys. With 12 more laps to go, this might be the longest green flag run of the day.
I think this is the longest green flag run of the day, Cody. And you see right here, still Langford just trying to take that position away. And he's got to be mad with the 69 telling him, hey, I'm faster than you. Let me get by you so I can go catch up to Rocky Boyd. But Wally Wilson's not going away easy, though, Cody.
No, he is not. He is commanding his authority of the spot. This time, Langford may have gotten him off the corner. He had the second spot in the 33 in Langford, but this time, Wally Wilson still not going away. He's as stubborn as a mule with some sort of bad habit. I can't think of something right now because this racing is so good.
I like that. Yeah, definitely. But I got to say, looks like Rocky Boyd has got a horseshoe because he's been so lucky, you know, not to be caught up in anything or have any trouble on the restarts. Not going to jinx him, but he's doing a great job so far in this feature.
That's a horseshoe in the dashboard for you people with dirty minds. As we are watching the 51 and the 71 continue to wage war back there. That's going to be about for the fourth spot. So the 71 of Bradley Wilson and the 51, the 71 of Andy Tapano and the 51 of Bradley Wilson, they're going to war. Here comes Barrett now. He's going to push the 71, almost make it 3 wide for his troubles. If Hal gets another couple of cautions, I think Hal might be able to have something to screw.
Yeah, I definitely think that too, Cody. We saw that car early on. Of course, we saw it set on the pole, so we know it's fast. But, you know, we're seeing Barrett, and Barrett had a great car, but now you're seeing that tire where I think these guys are thinking for this next 50, we may see some pit stops for tires.
I'm surprised we didn't see any pit stops yet because the tires definitely have gone away on these race cars. Brake rotors glowing, everyone's settling down, minding their P's and Q's here with 5 more laps to go. As I say that, a little bit of contact there between Turpano and Bradley Wilson. Here comes Barrett to the outside.
Well, they got to be careful with these brakes because, you know, that brake dust could, with all these rotors glowing, that brake dust could, well, not in iRacing, but, you know, in IRL, brake dust could become flammable, and you could have a bigger problem on your hands with causing yourself to have to bow out due to a fire.
As we have a 5-car breakaway back here from 4th on back to about the 8th, from 4th about to 8th. Right now, running in line, here comes the 51 of Wilson. Meanwhile, Howell slipped up the racetrack. Here comes the 21 of Valdez. It was one of the LCQ cars as he's making his way now, passing for the 7th position. Howell going to get him back off of 3 and 4 this time with 2 more laps to go.
Little contact made right there between Valdez and Hal, and Hal's on a mission. He's trying to get up there to the front, but Rocky Boyd started to scoot away from the field, Cody.
Rocky Boyd took the lead by force, and he's going to win this one, getting a little loose coming off the corner. Doesn't matter. Rocky Boyd is your winner. 2nd goes to Steele Langford. 3rd goes to Wally Wilson. Bradley Wilson takes 4th over Peyton Howell, who finishes 5th. Cameron Gobble 6th. Carson Barrett finishes 7th. John G. up into 8th. 9th is Julian Valdez and Cameron Ruggles. I believe those are the first 10 names I see as Rocky Boyd going to burn it on down and park it into LSRTV victory lane.
Yeah, what a run by Rocky Boyd. Still Langford with the unbelievable run to come home 2nd. Oh, man, Cody. I wonder if we're going to have the same chaos we had in this first 50.
Well, definitely a type of chaos. Unfortunately, you don't want a caution fest. Hopefully we get some good chaos, some 4-wide, 3-wide racing here in the second one. I think these guys got one in the tank. They're going to calm it down. As you see, here, the unofficial race results here, presented by LiveSimRacingTV.com. For the Crown Jewels Series, Rocky Boyd, Steele Langford, Wally Wilson, Bradley Wilson, Peyton Howe, Carson Barrett, Julian Valdez, Cameron Ruggles, Mason Foster, and Bryce Beatty. So those are the top 10 drivers. Of course, no points being paid out this week, as it's only twin 50s to get everyone back in the seat.
Yeah, 11th, we're going to find Ryman Castle in the 94. 12th, we're going to find Brantley Bryant in the 052. 13th, the 69 of Bo Brady. 14th, Andy Trapano. 15th, Dylan Hale. 16th, Cam Powell. 17th, Jim Gawker. 18th, Dustin Marquette. 19th, Tyler Clark. And 20th, Riley Mobley.
Chase Swank finds himself in 24th position. Kyle Johnson going to round out 22nd. Patrick Allen finishes with a 23rd finish. Parker Travs had one of the cars to win it. Unfortunately, he will finish 24th with Gilliam Fortin rounding out unofficially your 25-car field. Well, one down. We got 50 more to go. We'll get everything squared away here as we look to talk to our top three here. As actually, we're going to click into a quick commercial. Then we will talk to our top three. We'll be right back. You're watching the Twin 50s on LSRTV.
I mean, my big boy size here. Oh, this thing right here is pretty sporty. I'm gonna try it out. Man, this thing's love right here, boy. We'll be here for a minute.
Welcome to Racing 101. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to drive a super late model.
Appreciate you coming by, Bags.
Well, I enjoyed it.
All right, have a good day.
Same-day shipping.
You got to go.
Will you help me get this thing to the house?
Same-day shipping.
Ultra Shield seats. So comfy, you don't want to get out of them. Available at Day Motorsports.
I think I'm gonna put this thing in the living room.
So welcome back here as we are sitting in the chat room now with the unofficial winner here for 50 number 1, Mr. Rocky Boyd in the 16. And Rocky, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Happy to get the win after a poor qualifying effort there.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about how you took the lead. You didn't just take the lead. You went up there and took the lead. What was the 77 of Barrett showing you?
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to time them on the restarts, and I felt like if I could stay alongside of them for 2 or 3 laps, that I could work them over. And I was on his inside. I think he clipped the wall at a 2, and as soon as he clipped the wall, I was able to clear him, and it was smooth sailing from there.
Well, definitely a lot of money on the line in this series. What? Not just the money. What made you come back after a 4-year hiatus?
Oh, me and Cameron are good buddies, and when he messaged me and asked me if I'd come run, I told him, yeah, anytime. So I appreciate him reaching out to me and letting me know that this league was going on, and was happy to be able to get a Boyd Motorsports 1-2 to start the season.
Well, man, do you have anyone you want to thank on the 016 car?
I got to thank Boyd's Automotive and Boyd's Motorsports for bringing us a good piece.
That's the 016 of Rocky Boyd, the third, winning your first 50. We'll move on over to the number 33 now of Mr. Steele Langford. And Steele, not only having the coolest name in the field, but I believe you were the hard charger, man. So tell us about what it was like sitting in that seat for this one.
Yeah, I probably was the hard charger. I qualified 12th, and then probably the first or second yellow, a guy got loose in front of me, and I hit him and spun him out and got the EOL, got sent to the back, and then just methodically worked my way forward the rest of the way, just making sure I was choosing good, and then trying to get good restarts and seeing what I could, if I could gain a spot or two each time. But But
Well, man, methodical was an understatement. You really made your way up there. What time in the feature did you really know, like, hey, I'm up here in the top 10 and I'm rolling?
oh, I mean, I knew when I turned my computer on tonight that I was gonna run good and have a good shot, and I made a mistake and got frustrated at myself there early, and then it was just like, all right, I got to regroup and get it together, and that was what I did.
Well, man, do you have anyone you want to thank on that number 33 machine?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Fred's Race Engine Design in High Point, North Carolina, Rocky for working with me, everybody on the posse, and then just Cameron for putting this league on. I know it's been a while, but I ran a long time ago with him, and just thank y'all for the broadcast, and I'm just happy to be here.
That's the 33 of Steele Langford. He finishes second tonight here in Twin 50 number 1. That will move on over to the 69 of Mr. Wally Wilson. And Wally, the main thing we want to talk about with you is you seem to be the only car to time up the restarts there on the inside lane. Do you want to tell us, or do you kind of want to keep that secret safe?
Honestly, I think it was just good guessing. Rocky kind of had me, but I mean, I put up a good fight, I guess.
And I mean, once we got a lot of short green flag runs, do you think you would have had something if the runs would have went longer?
I think, like, to start it off, I was definitely better on the long run, and then obviously I kind of killed the tires a little bit sliding around, and I didn't have anything for Rocky or Steele there at the end.
Well, man, do you have anyone you want to thank on that number 69 machine?
RKM Setup Shop. I want to thank Cameron Rogels for putting this on, and you guys in the booth.
That's the 69 of Wally Wilson. So that is our top 3 tonight. Well, we're going to throw it to a quick commercial, and we should be back here with the second 50 in just a moment.
Elevate your next event with our next level screens. Bring them closer to the action. Stunning LED displays for sporting events, concerts and festivals, corporate conferences, trade shows, or seminars. Captivate your audience. We deliver, set up, and let your crowd see every moment. Provide real-time content updates. Advertise to large audiences. And with our content services on site, reach maximum exposure. This is Done Right TV, LED screen rentals and sales. Call or visit us online. Bookings are going fast.
What really sets On-Demand Shirts apart from everybody else is our people. Our people really care about every job that comes through here, and they treat it as their own. That paired with state-of-the-art equipment that we use on everything that we touch, that's really what ends up providing the top-notch quality that you guys come to expect. Because we've printed stuff from anywhere from a small boutique shop all the way to Fortune 500 companies, we have experience that goes all across every industry you can think of. From a very small job to 200,000 plus shirt job, we can handle it. Your brand is more than just a logo, it's an identity. At On-Demand Shirts, we create professional apparel that makes a statement. From uniforms to corporate gifts, your brand is in good hands. Contact us today so we can help elevate your company.
I mean, my big boy size here. Oh, this thing right here is pretty sporty. I'm gonna try it out. Man, this thing's love right here, boy. We'll be here for a minute.
Welcome to Racing 101. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to drive a super late model.
Appreciate you coming by, Bags.
Well, I enjoyed it.
All right, have a good day.
Same-day shipping?
You gots to go.
Will you help me get this thing to the house?
Same-day shipping.
Ultra Shield seats. So comfy, you don't want to get out of them. Available at Day Motorsports.
I think I'm put this thing in the living room.
Welcome back to the new Smyrna Speedway here. As we get ready for 50 number 2, row number 1, we'll have the 21 of Julian Valdez to the outside. It'll be the 77. That's Carson Barrett.
Yeah, row number 2, we're going to find the 52 machine. The pole setter for the first 50, Mr. Payne Howe, lined up next to Bradley Wilson on the outside in the 51.
Starting 5th will be the 8th. That'll be Mr. Wally Wilson to the outside. That'll be Steele Langford, number 2 and 3 in our last race.
Row number 4, we're going to find the first 50 winner, Mr. Rocky Boyd in the 16, lined up next to Cameron Ruggles in the number 2 on the outside.
Starting 9th on the field, that'll be the 96 of Mason Foster. Hopefully he'll have a better run this time. And the 7 of Bryce Beatty.
Row number 6, we're going to find Ryman Castle in the 94, lined up next to Brantley Bryant in the 052 on the outside.
That'll be the 69. That's Mr. Bo Brady to the outside. Involved in several incidents. The last one, that's the 80 of Dylan Hale.
Row number 8, we're going to find Cam Powell in the 26, lined up next to Jimmy Goker in the 02 on the outside.
Row number 9 looks like this. It's the 088 of Kyle Johnson to the outside. It's the 99 of Patrick Allen.
Row number 10 is, never mind, there is no row number 10.
So a significantly smaller field. A lot of guys electing not to start this one, as of course this is not a point-paying event. But 50 laps. Air temperature right now cool, 76 degrees with a 12-mile-an-hour wind. Overcast day, 77 degrees down there on the racing surface. So nice and cool. These guys, a small breeze. Might stick your hand out the window, get some wind in your face with that visor up. Looks like the pace car is going to pull off. 50 laps coming up right here off the foot of the 21 of Valdez. He gets a great launcher stacked up off of turns number 1 and 2.
Yeah, Valdez is going to get a great launch. Peyton Howell going to go right with him, follow the leader as he's going to try to take the position away from Carson Barrett, Cody. But here comes Howell. Actually, Barrett's going to join the party for the lead for the moment.
Here comes Hal back to the inside. Race official says, boys, you did not play nice. We're going to go 35 laps, so significantly shorter number 2 here of the 2 twin 50s. Here comes Hal. He's going to work back to the inside of the quarter panel this time. Does he have the momentum off of 4? He's to the number off the corner as the first caution comes out for a melee down the backstretch.
Yeah, it looks like to be 02.
That's the 02 with Jimmy Gawker running right in front of the 088 of Kyle Johnson. Looks like it happened in front of them.
Oh my gosh, is that Rocky Boyd also involved?
That was that could have been, if we could get the replay just one more time. Rocky Boyd might have been involved in that one. Bryce Beatty, the only person with a mug shot in the field right now. Not mug shot, more like a school picture, but tough break for Rocky Boyd.
Oh man. So who was that? He probably started late, Cody, and that's why he came out of the pits. But who was that was involved?
So that was the 7 of Bryce Beatty getting into the 02 of Jimmy Gawker. So 2 of them going to go to the back of the field. Looks like Rocky Boyd getting a wave around for starting late. We'll see who currently is a lap down. Looks like everyone minding their P's and Q's. Only 18 drivers taking the green flag here out of the 24. So 6 drivers. Actually, it was 25, so 9 drivers not taking the green flag.
And I got to be thinking, some of these teams, they probably just didn't have the manpower, to build another car. And probably a lot of guys had single cars, so it's probably why a lot of guys have left New Smyrna Beach early.
Well, we'll give you some offline thoughts. Some drivers were giving us some offline thoughts. They said it was kind of random going into the corners. The car would stick in one corner, next corner, nothing at all. So it's going to be a guessing game out there as the green flag's back out. Big launch for the 21 to Valdez. He's got the 52 as, the 51. That's one of our Wilsons getting all sorted out of shape.
Wilson, yeah, that's Bradley Wilson. But you see right here, Julian Valdez under fire now from Peyton Howe, but don't count out the Canadian Wally Wilson as the caution flag has come out once again.
It's Bryce Beatty involved in his second caution on the night. There's Rocky Boyd again, trying to work to the inside.
Oh, man.
And,
oh, my gosh.
Can't tell the number on that car to the outside. The silver really making it difficult, but Bryce Beatty involved there. I think that's the 99 of Patrick Allen.
And service
yeah, it looks like he.
all right.
Yeah, the 99 of Patrick Allen trying to work underneath the 80 of Dylan Hale. Who's in the 050? Oh, that's Brantley Bryant. Was Brantley Bryant in the last race?
Yes.
He was. That's my first time seeing that 052 car. Or maybe trading paints just isn't working for that car.
Yeah. So he was running, I think you were calling him Bradley Bryant, but that's the same guy.
That's Brantley Bryant. He was in a blue car last race, wasn't he?
Yes, yes. Did it load in a different one?
Yeah, he's currently yellow with the green stripe. So, yeah, it could be trading paints. My apologies. We will get this fixed. It's a long season, folks. Your commentary team will get back in the booth. Much better than the next time we called one. Because right now it's just the two of Cameron Ruggles, as we'll get a trading paints refresh on the field. Thanking to Mr. Charles Wooten. We haven't got to thank Charles tonight. As green flag comes back out here from 21 to Valdez, he gets a nice launch, but Howe's been tracking him down. Here comes Wally Wilson to the outside. Barrett. So it's about the same 4 or 5 cars were up front last time. As we said, guessing game. Car can stick in one corner and it doesn't the next.
Well, and you know, it's like we were talking to the feature winner, Mr. Rocky Boyd, and Still Langford, as we see him get a little loose. I asked them, you know, Cody, I said, how was the setup? And they said it was super loose. And we're seeing that with this car. Just like you said, it's a guessing game as the caution flag plays again.
So is that... That's the 088. Kyle Johnson involved. He's working around Rocky Boyd. And it looks like the 02 found him. That's the 02 Jimmy Gawker. As Kyle Johnson was not in the third spot. A little bit of a mix-up here by the scoring. Until everything gets kind of settled down, that iRacing scoring loop does jump around a lot.
Yes, it does. And just want to add, looks like the 088 is sporting the McConey speed shot, setup shot on the side of that car.
So... yeah, it's been a long-standing issue with the iRacing platform, and on occasion it will mess up your lobby. So a lot of us behind the iRacing will know that it'll crash your lobby for sure. I'm just glad they finally fixed it. You remember the Cedar Lake glitch? You couldn't go 1 to go at Cedar Lake or it would break the lobby.
Wow.
They finally patched that. So this time it's the number 69 of Wally Wilson to the inside. Wilson said he was lucky timing up the restarts. But how about Julian Valdez racing his way in through the beam main right now? Able to get a hell of a launch, as he might have Peyton Howell pushing him on this restart.
Yeah, Peyton Howell's just licking his chops because he wants to get there. He's like a shark in the water. He smells fresh blood, and he's trying to take away the lead. As my lovely producer, Mr. Charles Wood, says, baby shark. I don't want to get that song stuck in my head, Cody.
Yeah, man, Charles is such a good guy. As we're going to have a battle for the lead here off of turns that's going to be 3 and 4 this time by, as we complete lap number 6, or lap number 7. So here comes Hal back to the inside, trying to track down the 21, not behind him, so can't get the draft. I don't know if the draft is implemented in these super late models. It might be here on the asphalt as they're coming down, but it looks like the 69 of Wilson giving Hal more fuss than the leader.
Well, you know, you're talking about drafts, and these super late models are aerodynamically sounded, because I gotta tell you, Cody, it seems like anytime something's on asphalt, there's going to be draft, and we're seeing it right here. as Peyton Howell's going to shoot to the lead. He's going to try to pull the old slide job, Cody.
Slider coming. Is a crossover coming back from Valdez. They'll think better of it. Meanwhile, Wally Wilson, something might be going awry for Valdez. As Netcode might have gotten Valdez. Meanwhile, the 7's upside down of Beatty. Now the caution comes out. Ryman Castle, your LCQ winner, involved, as he was getting loose off the corner. The 26 of Powell. That was the car who finished 4th in the LCQ.
Just knocked him
and
over.
just a lazy lackadaisical, I'm going to lay on my side. Good night.
Might be Bo Brady.
So we're rewatching. We'll watch the 69 of Bo Brady to see if there was another wreck involved there. Bo Brady behind Rocky Boyd III.
Yeah, Cody, I was going to...
There was another wreck at the front of the field. Valdez and the 69 of Wally Wilson getting into it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add. We saw that live, right in front of us. Saw Valdez. It's just like these guys were talking. The cars are super loose. And unfortunately, Wally Wilson... Take a look right here on the replay, Cody. And Julian Valdez, he's already a little bit loose, but then Wally's going to wash up the racetrack right into Julian, and that's what's going to send Julian around and cause the second part of this caution.
And it could have been the same thing like it was in the last one with Ma Burkett. You remember Ma Burkett got into a couple of guys. That could have been Netcode. And look who is up into the third row right now, the 16 of Rocky Boyd coming quick, fast, and in a hurry, but he's going to have his hands full there with Peyton Howell, because Peyton Howell was a handful up until an incident with Travs took him out in the last one.
Well, and I just want to add also, as we're coming to the green, Bo Brady did not have a front end at the end of that first feature, and now he finds himself all the way up to P6, trying to crack that top 5, Cody.
The 51 of Wally Wilson also spending a lot of time in the top 5 during that last race. What happened to fade back right now, he's got Rocky Boyd all over him as he battles with his 77 of Carson Barrett. They go off in the 3 and 4 this time. Howell runs away with Wilson behind them. The other Wilson side by side with Barrett off in the 3 as they are top 5 is starting to break away. Meanwhile, behind Bo Brady, there is a battle for position. That's Steele Lankford battling with Cameron Ruggles in the 2.
Yeah, they're definitely battling, but the battle up here is really heating up as we take a look at Steele Lankford. Part of that Boyd Motorsports 1-2 of Steele Lankford and Rocky Boyd. What you see right here, Bo Brady doing a great job in that 69 machine, keeping that 6th position as Julian Valdez, has went around.
So a bad day going worse. It just seems like when racing, when something bad happens, something worse is just around the horizon. As he was working underneath the looks like the 088 of Kyle Johnson goes around in front of him trying to race there with Cam Powell. So Julian Valdez was in the 12th spot. Looks like he'll have to go back to about 16th.
Yeah, tough break for Julian Valdez. Started this race on the pole due to the invert, but had a great car early on. And then a couple incidents has caused his night to go from great to worse in a matter of laps. And tough break for Julian Valdez, for sure.
So right now your top 10, the 52 of Peyton Howell, 69 Wally Wilson, 51 Bradley Wilson, 77 Carson Barrett, the 016 of Rocky Boyd's your top 5, Bo Brady 6th, Steele Lankford 7th, Cameron Ruggles 8th, Jimmy Gawker in 9th, and Bradley Bryant has worked his way up to 10th, with Ryman Castle 11th, Mason Foster, Cam Powell, Dylan Hale, Bryce Beatty, and Kyle Johnson, your cars left on the racetrack. Julian Valdez getting works in the pits, and Patrick Allen, we'll stick a fork in him. He is DONE.
Yeah, unfortunately for Patrick Allen, this isn't a points-paying race, so that's going to be the good thing, but you do want to win this to have bragging rights for the rest of the season. But Tough break for Allen. He's out of the money. Cody.
Out of the money for tonight. Let's see who's going to get the bragging rights as Bradley Wilson washing way up the racetrack. Meanwhile, the top three going to start to break away up there. They're 3 wide back there between Wilson and Boyd and Bo Brady. Bo Brady to the inside trying to drive that 69. That 69 did not have fenders at the end of the last race. He's trying to drive it up into the top 5. Oh, contact! Just as
there
I
goes
say
the
it,
fenders!
First, they're going to stop. They're going to park it. Steele Langford.
Oh,
name.
Steele Langford.
Part Langford family, please stand up.
Posse.
This is Posse number 33. That's with an O, by the way. Goes around there in that pileup. Started by the hard racing there between Bo Brady, Rocky Boyd, and the 51 of Bradley Wilson. Mr. Charles, if we could get a look at the 51 of Bradley Wilson real quick, see if anything happened to him in that exchange.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like any damage, but really bad restart there for Bradley Wilson. Must have spun the tires. You said earlier you saw the 69 of Wally Wilson in the last one. That wreck happened after that one. Looks like he might be showing his displeasure with the 77 of Barrett.
You know, I was wondering that, but I think he was just trying to get lined up. Looked like maybe. I don't think there was any displeasure, but you never know. You
never know. You know, it's definitely different. Even on the iRacing platform in real time, we don't know what happens in these race cars. It's much different up from our vantage point to their vantage point on the racetrack. 2x2 stacked up behind the iRacing official pace truck here for the crown jewel number. Let's just call these the duels. Duel number 2 shortened to 35 laps. First one went 50 laps. Went to Rocky Boyd the third right now, who currently sits in the 5th position.
Yeah, that's what these kind of remind me of, Cody, is the Gatorade duel. Well, whatever they call it now, the duels at Daytona. And I mean, the thing is, we're not that far from Daytona Beach, Florida.
No, we're not. New Smyrna Speedway, this hub. New Smyrna, Daytona, the Volusia Speedway Park, my favorite racetrack in the state of Florida. Personally, of course, out there is the Southern Raceway, owned by the Hunt the Front guys. But forget dirt right now. We're on asphalt, and we are sliding the cars right now for third.
Well, and the thing is also, you throw asphalt tracks in, you got the world-famous Five Flag Speedway down in Pensacola in the north part, where they have the Snowball Derby every year.
Snowball Derby, very entertaining. A fellow Texan bringing home the checker flag in that one, Mr. Caden Honeycutt.
Oh!
Meanwhile, as Barrett and Wilson go to war, here comes the 052 of Brantley Bryant. As there's another melee. Oh my goodness! Valdez is having a terrible day.
Oh my gosh!
He's finally gonna snap, and that might park him. Langford around right in front of Valdez. Foster doing a toe mater across the line. And Langford backs it in to Valdez, and Valdez says, you know what? Take that backwards and shove it.
He ain't working, he ain't driving here no more.
He is not driving here no more, and he may not be driving for a couple of weeks, if that does count under the retaliation policy.
See, that's what I was wondering. I don't think that was retaliation.
Wait a minute.
Is
Hal's
that over?
parked in Victory Lane. Is that it? Hal's parked in Victory Lane. We're lined up like we're ready for the interviews. Did we run out of time? Well, folks, we're going to figure out what is going on the racetrack right now. Please enjoy this commercial as the pace car is still pacing. We'll be right back here to the duels as part of the Crown Jewel series on LSRTV.
Elevate your next event with our next level screens. Bring them closer to the action. Stunning LED displays for sporting events, concerts and festivals, corporate conferences, trade shows, or seminars. Captivate your audience. We deliver, set up, and let your crowd see every moment. Provide real-time content updates, advertise to large audiences, and with our content services on site, reach maximum exposure. This is Done Right TV, LED screen rentals and sales. Call or visit us online. Bookings are going fast.
What really sets on-demand shirts apart from everybody else is our people. Our people really care about every job that comes through here and they treat it as their own. That paired with state-of-the-art equipment that we use on everything that we touch, that's really what ends up providing the top-notch quality that you guys come to expect. Because we've printed stuff from anywhere from a small boutique shop all the way to Fortune 500 companies, we have experience that goes all across every industry you can think of. From a very small job to 200,000 plus shirt job, we can handle it. Your brand is more than just a logo, it's an identity. At On Demand Shirts, we create professional apparel that makes a statement. From uniforms to corporate gifts, your brand is in good hands. Contact us today so we can help elevate your company.
All right, so we're back, folks, and it has been official. Rain is in the new Smyrna area. Unfortunately, that Florida rain being something we just hate. It happens. It's part of racing. So Peyton Howell has been named the winner of duel number 2. We're with the 52 of Peyton Howell right now, and Peyton, this one has got to be feeling good after that last one.
Yeah, after the first one, I was like, I gotta hopefully hit the invert, and we got a good enough invert, and I was gonna race my teammate Julian there for it, and I think some netcode got him wrecked, and so yeah, after the first one, I was like, I gotta get in the money because I feel like I got robbed of the first one, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we could hold on, restart after restart. You're just kind of hoping you don't get moved, and I Wally and all of the guys behind me were all race clean, and so yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we could just finish it and end up coming out with at least a win tonight.
Well, man, you're definitely going to be a revered one. So tell us why you took the challenge here for the Crown Jewels series.
I love the Super, and I love what Cameron puts on. Me and Cameron have been good buddies for a while, and yeah, I feel like I can compete with some of the best. I want to challenge myself to be one of the best on the short track scene. So racing against some of the best, that will make you better. And yeah, I just want the challenge.
Well, man, Emmett, you got anything for our winner?
I just got to ask you, please describe what your paint scheme is, your wrap.
It is, so I ran it for the Snowball Derby last December. It is my the TV show on HBO. It's the version of that, and it has Pennywise, all the characters from the TV show, Welcome to Derry. Some of the places in the TV show is on the car, and yeah, it's just a Christmas wrap that I came up with last December.
Now, is this a iRacing Snowball Derby or a real-life Snowball Derby?
iRacing Snowball Derby.
iRacing Snowball Derby. Well, man, do you have anyone you want to thank on that beautiful number 52 machine?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Icon Apparel, Unrivaled Innovations, Nerditudes, Caleb, and Cameron for putting on the league. Everybody up front that was racing clean, I'd like to thank them. Y'all for putting on the broadcast. It's been a long time since I've raced an LSRTV broadcast, so I'll have to go back and watch later.
Well, that's number 52 of Peyton Howell, man. We thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I believe, was it Wally? Wally Wilson, yes. Wally got second.
Hey, hold on, Cody. Before we throw it to Wally, I believe our lovely producer, Mr. Charles Wooten, has something to say.
I did. I have to open my mic for this one, Cody Lewis, because he mentioned it's been a while. Oh, Peyton, hearing you talk, I think we're going to upgrade you from Baby Shark. You don't sound like the Baby Shark anymore, so we'll give you like Grown Up Shark now.
Yeah, when I made this paint, I still was like doing the Baby Shark thing, but now on like all my eNASCAR stuff, there's no more shark or anything with it.
Well, there you go. He's been upgraded to Adult Shark now.
Yes, sir.
That was the big announcement. Okay, back to you, Cody.
Well, that was the adult shark, Mr. Peyton Howe. Now we're going to talk with the 69, Mr. 69, Rock Your Wally World, Mr. Wally Wilson. How you feeling after another podium finish?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really expect to be up there that one, and it just kind of all fell into place and worked out.
Well, man, just another good showing from the 69. How are you going to take this confident? How are you going to take the confidence being one of the two drivers who got top 3 out of this one and putting it into the rest of the season?
Hopefully, just keep running top 3 every week.
Mr. Emmett, you got anything for Wally?
I just gotta say, man, dude, you gotta go to a casino or something because luck is on your side. Talk about how crazy it was out there, and what a day for the Canadians out there. You know, you're the highest finished Canadian in this series. How does that feel?
Yeah, luck was definitely on my side there. There was a few times that it was pretty close and somehow made it through. And then, being I don't want to say the lone Canadian at the end there, but I mean, I think I was the only one left at the end, so that was pretty cool.
Well, thank you, Wally. Do you have anyone you want to thank on the number 69 machine?
Just once again, thank you to RKM Setup Shop, Cameron Rogos for putting it on, and of course, Caleb Ball for race directing, and you guys.
That's the 69, Mr. Wally Wilson. Now we're going to go to the 016 of Rocky Boyd III. Rocky, did you load in late, or did you get into your original starting spot?
No, I missed the start there. We couldn't get the number 16 cranked, I guess. Didn't get loaded in the session quick enough, and got a quick caution, so I was thankful for that. But it eliminated any shot of having a chance to win, especially with rain in the area.
Well, man, definitely a very fast number 016 machine right there. How do you come through a pack on a track just so short and with it going one lane like that?
I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. You just kind of put your nose where it fits, and if they give you room, they give you room. Those guys had a lot of issues just holding on to the grip. I guess the water hit the track for them about 20 laps earlier than it did for me, because a lot of spinning out going on. So that helped getting some track position, just not wrecking, honestly.
Well, Mr. Emmett, you got anything for Mr. Rocky Boyd?
Well, I was going to ask you, Rocky. You know, we were talking off the air, and we were talking about I asked you about the setup, and how was this race? How did it feel? How did the car feel in this race rather than the first 50?
They both were about the same. The heat cycles helped in terms of heating the tire up and cooling them back down. So when we did have all those cautions in the first race, it made the end of the race, it made the car a little bit tighter, so we were able to actually complete some laps. But it was pretty loose early on fresh tires, so that's kind of what was causing a lot of the wrecks. Just some of the guys couldn't handle it being that loose, so you got guys going into the corner, driving it in too deep, and just losing the rear end.
Well, man, do you have anyone you want to thank on the number 016 machine?
Yeah, I mean, got to thank the Boyd Motorsports guys, Boyd Automotive, and appreciate Cameron for having me out tonight, and you guys for putting on a good show. Hopefully the next race is a little bit better. Only time will tell.
Well, thank y'all. That was Mr. Rocky Boyd, and we want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight on LSRTV. As part of the Crown Jewel series, we will be back here in the near future, so keep up with LSRTV on all the updates and everything you need. I've been Cody Lewis, Mr. Emmett, here in the virtual booth. We want to say thank you and good night.